goodness.
And yeah, and you know, this is like it happened like a fate, you know.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
thing is under you, and the girl just
yes,
called me and said, you know what it is?
yes.
And
Yeah, it's almost like you ask, you get it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, super. All right.
And for her, you know, she has just started at the time, and she told me that you know, it was like eight in the morning, and alarm clock just went on, and she heard that, and she's like, am I in a dream or?
Yeah, to hear it and
Yeah.
to be associated with something and you hear it
Mm-hmm.
on television, you think,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And it's in the what's this movie, L'Aventure Intérieure? It's in another movie as well. When you know there's a little man goes in the body of someone. Comment c'était Aventure Intérieure en anglais? Yeah, I don't remember. Anyway,
Okay. All right.
they were saying it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I can't at the moment.
So anyway, so you haven't released the studio album for 6 years. On the 3rd of May, you'll start your first tour of Europe in 6 years. In regard to the live performances, the first dates sold out immediately. So what are your feelings about it when the audience now is more and more into this flavor of the month artist's vibe?
Flavor of the month artist vibe. I don't know about it.
Yeah, so now the people they're not into someone just for their entire life, but they change all the time. They like many different artists. Do you
Aha.
think that this? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Flavor of the month is kind of American style because America don't really. I mean, the expression in America is "you are as big as your current record." I don't think that's the case in Europe. Well, not for me because before my Private Dancer album, I was basically working without albums. I mean, without singles or whatever. And then I started to draw more people, of course, once I started to make present, fresh music. But I don't find to be the case in Europe.
Even in England?
No, well, I haven't experienced it. Well, it's because I've been around a long time, but no, but it is true. You must try to stay current with your record or music or with live performances. I think if you are a natural performer, just by being able to work without having music and people follow you, then you will have a following. But you just can't get one record and expect people to follow you with one. You've got to build a foundation a bit. So I don't sense that it's that way in England. No, it's just music's changing so much. It's changing from the rap to half rap and half singing, and it's just I called it unisex music. It's just all mixed up.
Okay, so at what point you said, speaking of touring, you'd stop doing it? So what pushed you to be back on stage?
Oh goodness. Okay, I just like to correct it once again here. I said I'd like to retire and to go into movies, but I retired for about close to 5 years, and it was very nice. Thank you. I'm back. All right. I needed a break. I needed to retire to get into something else, or just to get away from the work. And when the movie of 007 came, I was invited to do the single from the producer and the director, and I was excited about it when I first got it. I wasn't exactly ready because I knew that once, if the single happened to have been a hit or successful, that it would be an album and then next a tour, etc., and it would be a chain reaction there. But then I felt also that I shouldn't pass on it because it was kind of a feather in my cap to do a Bond song.
Okay. So the press release says the stage set will have plenty of surprises. Could you tell us just maybe one or two?
Got three fresh young girls that dance incredibly well. One of them just was on Janet Jackson's last tour, and the other two girls were with me on the last tour in America. Very good dancers, and they sing well as well. I have my old band with me, but they're all fresh and raring and ready to go, so there's no doubt that they will be in great form. Have a new stage. Uh, Very nice design. You can see everything. Nice big screens so that all the people that's in the back can see what's going on. Great warning order. Great lights. I think it's going to be a good something for people to see.
So what is your creative involvement in the set design? You do it from the very beginning with
Yeah,
with the designer.
I start. Well, it basically comes from. I call it my house. It's where I live on stage when I'm working, and I start basically with the idea of what I want, how I want my stage to look, and special effects for it, and I like for it to be something that I can use. I don't like when it's just a prop. I want to get on it and ride it or be in it or for it to really play a very strong part. I had once an old plane, a stage that looked like an old wrecked plane, and I said, "But this propeller it doesn't turn." Okay, fine, make it. It had to look like it was working. Yeah, I think for this, I like for like for everything around me to be very real and really work for me and have some function. And this stage has many functions.
About the album now, it's going to be released. I don't know if it's going to be in the whole world, but in France on the 1st of April, which is, as you know, Fool's Day. So is it actually serious? Is it going to happen?
It's going to happen. Shouldn't have told me that. I'm superstitious. All right, we have to look out for that. But if all goes well, it opens.
Okay, cool. So the first singles video, Whatever You Want, has been directed by a French guy. I don't know if you shot it already.
No, no, we start next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his name is Stéphane Sednaoui. How did you choose him to direct this video?
I've seen some of his work before, Nana Cherry, and I always have a problem with the name of the man that she did the song with. Can I get it?
7 seconds.
7 seconds away.
Ah oui,
Youssou
Youssou
N'Dour.
Then I get wet hands. What do I do? Not supposed to get wet hands. Yusindu. I liked it because it was very arty, and then he sent music videos over for me to have a look at, and I found them really quite interesting. I need something different now because I've done so many videos. You know, it's just a normal me singing and standing, and when he came, he said, "I know you know everything. You know how you dress and your hair and this is, but," and I knew what "but" meant. He said, "I want something different." And then I said, "That's precisely what I want you for. I wanted something different." And I think he's definitely right.
So how is it going to be like?
I shouldn't tell you, should I?
Come on.
Oh, well, it's dimensional. He's got more than one Tina. There are many Tinas, and the song is very powerful, and he has lots of effects, different effects. It's just one scene. I think it'll be special.
Cool. Okay, the first single is in Whatever You Want. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. There's another song which is called In Your Wildest Dreams. For me, it sounds like a Marvin Gaye classic.
Really?
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye, did you say?
Yeah.
Didn't sound like Marvin Gaye at all to me. Well, it's written by, you said Never in Your Wildest Dreams, right? Maybe Marvin Gaye somewhere there. Actually, it's written by Holly Knight and Mike Chapman.
In this song, there's Antonio Banderas who participated in.
Yeah.
How came?
Maybe that's what he did. Maybe he did the Marvin Gaye part. Why did he come? The song needed a male. It needed a balance. It was rather difficult to sing because it's very low. Baby, sort of like, you know. And we thought it would be really kind of hip, you know. Actually, it was the director's, the producer's idea to bring in Banderas because when he went off to America to do some work on the material, Banderas is really popular, very, very popular, well, all over the world, but in America, California is really hot. And so he says, "What do you think?" You know, he asked me and Roger, and why not? I said, "He's really cute." Why it's good sometimes to have something like that is because I have a really young crowd, you know. And for Banderas to finally one day come on the stage and go, "Oh baby," the place would just probably go nuts. And I think that's fun sometimes to have a little something to offer, that to be a little surprise every now and then if it can happen.
Okay. Wasn't Madonna jealous?
It's Melanie Griffith. I mean, that's his lady, I understand. But what do I know? Sorry, I haven't been there to find out what's happening.
Okay. So a few words about Tina the movie. After the movie has been released, is that true that a guy came to you to tell you he'd stopped beating his wife after reading your book and seeing your movie? It's true.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I was at the airport, and I forgot. It's quite a long time ago, and yeah. And he said, "Tina Turner, I read your book, and I've stopped beating my wife." And I thought, my goodness. And I had to laugh because I thought, well, that's weird. I didn't know it would take sides from the male, you know. But the book really did a lot for people, giving hope to themselves and letting them know that they can make it if they really want to and if they really fight for it. So that was what was positive that came from it, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so what about your movie career? Is that true that you turned down the Steven Spielberg offer to act in The Color Purple?
Yeah.
How come? Why did you do that?
Not enough action. It wasn't my kind of action. It was too close to my private life. I just finished my divorce. I don't like those kind of movies. I don't want to act in those kind of movies. I need action. I want action adventure. I want something that I can really become another character, really experience real acting. I'm sure professional actors and actresses do many different forms of stories, but I'm particular because that one's was a bit too close to home. I actually had a meeting with Quincy Jones and Steven Spielberg and explained that to them. It wasn't anything except the fact that I don't want to remember my past. I don't want to think about my past. And I would have been sit right down in the middle of what I just stepped out of, so to speak.
So if Steven Spielberg was offering you something different, you would accept?
Something different?
Yeah.
Certainly. Well, different in what way? Not a part of prostitution unless I'm a mad person or something. But yeah, I think I'm sure I would.
And there are rumors telling that Cubby Broccoli has proposed your role in the follow-up of GoldenEye. Is that true?
That Capitol Records have
No. Cubby Broccoli, the producer of James Bond,
has done what?
has offered you a role for the follow-up of GoldenEye. Is that true? No.
No, it's not true. But I think what is true is by doing the soundtrack of the Bond movie, I felt as if I was in the movie because they wanted me to do so much promotional work, and I felt, well, I'm not. Only did the soundtrack. I was just one of them almost, and so I also met some very important people like the chairman, and actually he said that he had almost casted me in a movie called Ghost that Whoopi Goldberg got. So I thought, well, if I was that close, the time can still come. It's still possible. So.
And we used to say that James Bond is the archetypal dashing British male, the ultimate in style, class, and sex appeal. Is it your opinion as well?
Which Bond? Is that this one or is it Sean Connery?
Yes, the last
Brosnan?
Yeah.
I think Brosnan is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but your favorite is still Sean Connery.
They both are very special. I think Sean was very special in the time when he was, but if you would put him now in the present day, I think Brosnan is better for now.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of James Bond girl would you like to be? Like, if we take an example for the last movie, Famke Janssen was the bad girl, or Isabella Scorupco was the good girl. What would be your choice?
Well, neither of the girls' part was a part that I would want to play. I don't even know if I would want to be a Bond girl. I might want to be the opposition some kind of way. I think the Russians were great. Oh, the Bond girls.
Okay. And have you got another connection with James Bond? Like, do you like fast cars or?
I like the tank he was driving.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was super, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, the cars are always good, but I like the really action stuff that he does.
So what has been the story behind your collaboration with you two on the James Bond movie soundtrack?
Well, the story is that we live very near each other in South France. There was a housewarming party that he gave, and I was invited. And while I was there, I asked him for a song. Well, they're very warm people. They're not stars, so to speak. Well, they are, but they are not full of themselves. And so I was very comfortable with them, and I knew I would be recording the next couple of years or something, and so I asked for a song, and he said, well, of course. And well, within the next month, they were at my place, and we were on the piano getting the keys, and on the telephone talking to Nellie Hooper on what we think it should all be, and just everything just went, it's like, ask for a song? Okay, fine, let's go and do it now. It was that quick, actually. And what happened was that when I was offered the part, I had to have the right song that I felt was right for the one movie. And so I think Roger contacted Edge and Bino because he knew that I had asked him for a song. And so Bino said, well, immediately he said he must do it because he was at Ian Fleming's place, which is, I think the place in Jamaica is called 007.
Called GoldenEye.
It's called GoldenEye, yeah. And he and his wife was there for the honeymoon, and he said, I just couldn't let anybody else write it. I was there. I know, you know. And so he actually scribbled something out very quickly, sent it to me in Zurich, and he called me by phone and said, it's really very rough, but don't worry, we'll get it in the studio. And that was precisely how it happened.
And do you have any more plans with them?
Yeah, I'm sure in the future we'll do something because it's so close and they're so creative. I think that they could just sit down in the room and just write a song just out of the off the top of their heads. Yeah, I think there was a connection made for work and for friends.
Okay. So you've recently been the godmother of So Pretty, Cartier's new perfume.
Yeah, I like
So
it. Uh
yeah,
huh.
do you wear it
Yeah, I wear it sometimes. Yes,
sometimes?
I like the bottle. It's very pretty.
Okay. So you know that I don't know if it is the same all over the world, but in France you're nicknamed the grandmother of rock and roll.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it?
Well, it's such an old title that I wear it now because I don't mind. It's just like I've been there long enough to be the grandmother of the kids who's coming up now. So at least I'm still with them. So I think it's a good feather in my cap again. Huh?
Yeah. So talking about James Bond again, we're saying that diamonds are eternal. Is it the same for Tina Turner?
I've done pretty good.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
welcome. Well, that was an odd interview. I didn't know what I was going to get. What's coming next? All right.
Okay, we have to.